Shehu Sani knocks IPOB over warning to British High Commissioner laying not to visit Southeast Nigeria. A former senator representing Kaduna Central, Shehu Sani has knocked the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB for warning the British High Commissioner to Nigeria, Katrina Laying, against visiting the Southeast region. IPOB had in a statement on Thursday warned Laying to be wary of the security situation in the Southeast, noting that advice followed an alleged plot to harm her by those threatened by Biafra Restoration Project. In the statement issued by its Media and Publicity Secretary, Emma Powerful, IPOB advised those planning to invite Laying to provide her with adequate security. The separatist group said, "We wish to advise the British High Commissioner Katrina Laying to be more conscious of her environment. We as well call on her to shelve her regular visits to different parts of the Nigerian countryside, especially Biafra land, otherwise referred to as Southeast. The reason for this sincere security advice is to save her life. We have optimal respect and value for the sanctity of her life, especially for visitors to our land." However, the president of the Civil Rights Congress of Nigeria, the former senator who represented Kaduna Central District between 2015 and 2019, condemned the security threat to the UK High Commissioner. How did advice turn to a threat? I'm so confused. In his words on Twitter, Sani says if actually the separatist group in the Southeast has issued threats to the High Commissioner Katrina Laying not to visit the Southeast, then that threat is condemnable. I believe it doesn't reflect the views of the people of the region except otherwise stated. This really, makes one question comprehension issues. How do you turn on advice that has to do with her safety and even a recommendation that they give saying whoever is invited you should provide you with adequate security? And it's like, what? This doesn't make sense at all. I mean, again, I don't think this is shocking to, IPOB. Their words have always been twisted. They've always been made to look a certain way. So I don't think they'd be surprised about this. But, I mean, in the words of Emma Powerful, this is inexact words. Let me go back. This is exact words. Let me go back. It says, as we call her to shelve her regular visits to different parts of the Nigerian countryside, we call on her to do that. And we wish to advise her to be more conscious of her environment. And I think, it's good because, again, I think they're trying to avoid potential blame if anything should happen. Because if she goes to the Southeast, something happens to her. Oh, my days. I mean, perfect bait for this government to use against IPOB. So I guess, even before she's arrived, they're trying. They're a very, very smart group. They know the games and they know the country they're working in. But for sure, started to just take their words and twist it and make it a security threat. Because again, from his words, you'd give the impression that IPOB gave an order saying you're not allowed to come to the Southeast and that's final. And, you think, who gave them the authority to do that? But it wasn't advised. They didn't say don't come. They said if you're coming, just make sure your security is top notch. So, yes. And again, it's like they're facing, they're being precautious. That's fine. The evil plan of Nigerian government to blackmail IPOB was just quickly revealed by the Biafra intelligence agents to avert the plot. Okay? Anybody that reads the IPOB press release and blames or gives knocks to them is definitely part of the problem of this country. Yeah. the information goes to show that IPOB has good intel gathering and interpretation. And I think that's true because it's, for the fact that their advice could be so misunderstood and advice turned to a threat. What? It's just very, wait, if 2 plus 2 is 4 and 5 plus 5 is 10, how did we get here? It's like, it's so obvious. It's like if you try to smartly play with your words, fine. But you just took advice and turned it to a threat. You used the word threat. Yeah. I hope Shehu Sani is not another Reno. He needs to be consistent. Well, Reno, that's a whole different story. So it's a crime to be cautious, right? Some of these learners are really suffering from brain damage. Shehu Sani is one of the evil politicians who claim to be innocent but are very dangerous. And I think that's obviously, relating back to the comment where someone says, I hope Shehu Sani is not becoming a mockery. Very true. We cannot attach sentiment. I mean, yes, it's okay to have expectations given what, with certain politicians, if you give us a certain look, if your actions, show that you're a certain kind of person that does this and what you say alludes to the fact of your character being, just or whatever, fine. But it's a thing where we will not put total faith on you to make sure or think that, because you're in office and you've been speaking out, or you pretend to be one thing, and then when it comes down to it, you have to pick a side, and it's like you're on the side of the youth or you're not on the side of the youth. So that's it. It's as simple as that. And I think it's, this person saying these politicians are evil but they pretend to be innocent. You never really know. That's why no matter what happens, we need to also establish and reignite, the accountability part of our constitution, if it's even there. But just holding people accountable and, showing that if you misbehave, you will pay for it. Making some people, pay and get punished if they step out of line. But that's a different conversation. Point is, in relation to that comment that says some politicians, are evil, but they just have some pretense to it, or they pretend to be innocent. I'm saying, don't have expectations on what someone should say. Yes, if you have expectations and they disappoint you, simply move on. You can't be choosing sides when these people are choosing their own sides as well, and you are not on, and they are not on your side. So, I think, and don't forget to like and subscribe.